Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome. This is Mariam Zai, and today I would like to talk about the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. Now, the story takes us back to a time when Fir'aun ruled over Egypt, and more than a ruler, he claimed to be God and demanded that people worship him. उस दौरान मिस्र में तीन तरह के लोग रहते थे. There were Egyptians, there were Bani Israel, and foreigners. The Egyptians were the ruling class and native people. The Bani Israel were the descendants of Yaqub alayhi salam. So Yusuf alayhi salam, some 500 years ago, Misr aaye the. He ruled and settled there. And their children multiplied and they were addressed as the children of Israel. But initially they lived peacefully, but over the years when Fir'aun came to power and Yusuf alayhi salam was long forgotten, the Israelites were seen only as outsiders and they served only as slaves to Fir'aun and his government. Now, this is primarily the setting into which Musa alayhi salam was born. And the purpose of his life was to free the Israeli from Fir'aun and Egyptians and guide them to the right path. But the story somehow begins like this, कि Fir'aun को ना एक ख्वाब आता है. It's more like a vision that he'll be overthrown by Bani Israel, जिनकी उसकी नज़र में कोई worth नहीं थी. And उस ख्वाब की interpretation comes as that a boy would be born among the Israelites who would bring about the end of their oppression and dethrone Fir'aun. Now, in fear of losing power, Fir'aun बनी इज़राइल में पैदा होने वाले हर बेबी बॉय को कत्ल करने का हुक्म दे देता है. Later, for economic reasons, they alternate the years for execution. और जिस साल मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम पैदा होते हैं, साल their camp had to undergo execution of male babies, and we can't even think what his mother would be going through. But उनकी मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम की मदर को अल्लाह पाक की तरफ से इंस्पिरेशन आती है that she nursed him one last time. She placed him in a basket and she put the basket in the river Nile, and she names the boy Musa. She was grieving, she was scared, but she was constantly reassured by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that she would definitely be reunited with her son. फिर रिवर नाइल के जो वेव्स होते हैं वो बहुत जेंटली, बहुत कामली कैरी द बेबी फॉरवर्ड, और सरप्राइजिंगली बास्केट फिरौन के पैलेस के सामने जाकर रुकती है. Now the people take it to Fir'aun and his wife Asiya. Fir'aun instantly orders to kill the baby, but his wife Asiya was a believer and a gentle, calm, kind person. She convinces on adopting him as a son. And this particular time, Fir'aun makes an exception. Now the irony of the situation is, the very baby, a very boy whose existence Fir'aun tried to prevent, ended up growing up in his own palace. Now that's the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now when it came to feeding Musa alayhi salam, so he was not accepting any witness, and he was wailing in hunger. So his sister, who was secretly following the basket, she intervenes and she talks of a woman who could feed the baby, nurse the baby, and maybe also lovingly raise him, and who was none other than his own biological mother. And that's how his mother was reunited with her son, and she not only nursed him but she also saw him grow up in a palace like a king. When Musa al-Islam grows up in Fir'aun's palace, he lived a privileged life, but despite this, he realized the sufferings of his own people, like the oppression and the cruelty that they were subjected to. So just one day, Musa al-Islam was walking through the city and he saw two men fighting. One of them was an Israeli, the other Egyptian. The Israeli called out to Musa al-Islam for help, and he intervened with an intention only to resolve the fight, only to stop the fight. And he struck the Egyptian, but the blow was so hard that the Egyptian died on the spot. Now this particular thing tells us of the strength that Musa al-Islam had been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Musa al-Islam was instantly filled with regret, and he repented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over what he had done, and he made certain dua, and this was particularly the time when Musa alayhi salam decides to not support those who do evil, and he also decides to cut ties with Fir'aun and his government. और जो कत्ल इजिप्शियन का मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम के हाथ हुआ था, उसकी खबर भी चारों तरफ फैल जाती है. फिरौन के लोग start looking for Musa अलैहिस्सलाम, not to give him trial but with an intention to kill him. तो in order to save his life, और अल्लाह पाक की एक इंस्पिरेशन फॉलो करते हुए मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम runs away from Egypt, and after walking for several days in the desert, he ends up in a place called Midian. Now there's different turn of events, like a new story that unfolds, the story of Musa alayhi salam's marriage and the story of his time in Midian. Musa alayhi salam reaches Midian. He had no food, he had no clothes, he had no job, and no place to call home. And that's when Musa alayhi salam makes another dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. This is one of my favorite duas, and इसका जो rough translation आता है, it comes as कि अल्लाह पाक आपके लिए मेरे पास मेरे हक में जो भी बेहतर चीजें हैं वो मुझे अता कीजिए आप please. तो he made this dua, which definitely gets answered. And 8 दिन के सफर करने के बाद मूसा अलैहि सलाम was resting under a tree in Midian, and when he saw, that's when he saw 2 women who were waiting for their turn amidst men to water the sheep. He was tired, he was exhausted, but he offered to help. The girl thanked him. They went home earlier than expected. The girl told their father about this kind, generous man who they had met, and the father was an old and wise man. वो अपनी एक बच्ची को ना वापस भेजते हैं कि आप उस स्ट्रेंजर को लेकर आओ जिसने आपकी हेल्प की. And their father meets Musa alayhi salam and he sees him as an honest, strong, and a sincere person. Now, the girl's father, he invites Musa alayhi salam to stay with them, and he also offers him a chance to marry one of his daughters on a condition that he works for him for 8 years, or 10 if he wills. So Musa alayhi salam, he had just reached Midian. He had nothing. He had no food, no clothes, no job, no home. And now he was given a chance to marry the daughter of a man. And he was also given a place to live and a job to work. And he willingly agrees. And that's how his dua was answered he made minutes ago. और ना मूसा अलैहि सलाम के लिए ना मिडियन में रहना बहुत important था to prepare him for his future role as a leader who would stand up to Pharaoh and to prepare him for prophethood. Now, his time here taught him that true leadership, it isn't about having lots of money or power, but it's about being humble, being kind, and it's about helping others. तो मिडियन में ना 10 साल रहने के बाद मूसा अलैहि सलाम को बहुत ज़्यादा होम सिकनेस होने लगती है. And he decides to go back to Egypt with his family. और जब वो लोग वापस जा रहे होते हैं on their way back, वो ना रास्ता भटक जाते हैं डेजर्ट में. So somewhere near Mount Tur, Musa alayhi salam notices some fire glowing in the distance, so he decides to go up there and look for some help, or maybe bring back fire for his family. Going up there on Mount Tur, it was transformative in Musa alayhi salam's life because 2 things happened. A, he received prophethood. That's when he received prophethood. Second, that's when Allah Pak directly talked to Musa alayhi salam. And Allah Pak ne Musa alayhi salam ko 2 mu'jize सिखाए. One was when he threw a stick onto the ground, it turned into a snake. And when he picked it up, it turned back into a stick. And second was when Musa alayhi salam put his hand under his collar, and when he pulled it out, it shone bright white. Now, Allah Pak asked Musa alayhi salam to go to Egypt and confront Pharaoh and ask him to stop claiming to be God and ask him to believe in one true God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to free the Israelites. And he was given the assistance of his brother Harun alayhi salam, who was also a messenger. Now, Musa alayhi salam wasn't confident, and he doubted himself as a messenger. And he also feared returning to Egypt, remembering the Egyptian he had once killed. But despite all this, he put his complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and move forward to deliver the message. तो मूसा अलैहि सलाम अपने भाई हारून अलैहि सलाम के साथ ना फिरौन के पैलेस जाते हैं and they confront him. They ask him to stop claiming to be God. They ask him to set the Israelites free from slavery. और वो लोग अपनी बात को साबित करने के लिए वो मौजज़े दिखाते हैं जो अल्लाह पाक ने उन्हें सिखाए थे. One of stick and the other of glowing hand. But Pharaoh was adamant. He was arrogant and stubborn, and he claimed Musa alayhi salam to be a magician. और उसने चारों तरफ से अपने बहुत powerful magicians बुलाए to compete against Musa alayhi salam. और contest के time, when magicians threw their stick onto the ground, they tricked them to look like snakes. But when Musa alayhi salam threw his stick, it turned into a real snake and ate all the fake ones. Now everyone, including the magicians, could see that it was no ordinary magic, rather a true miracle by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the magicians, right, themselves right then and there, declared they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God of Musa, and they accepted Islam. So, Fir'aun was stubborn and he wasn't ready to believe. और वो ना अपने लोगों को gather करता था, and he used to tell them that I am the one who's providing with food, with water, and with a place to live. तो अल्लाह पाक ने एक एक करके अपने मौजज़े दिखाने शुरू किए. पहले रिवर नाइल started drying up because of which crops were not getting enough water and famine ensued. फिर ड्रॉट के बाद मैसिव फ्लड that further devastated the land. उसके बाद बहुत सारे कीड़े जो फसलों को ख़राब कर देते थे, and followed by lice infestation that caused various disease in the land, and an army of frog by the millions. They hopped everywhere and made their way into their homes and beds. क्या होता था कि जब भी कोई अजाब आता था ना, तो Egyptians would go up to Musa alayhi salam and ask him to pray to his Lord to ease their life, and they promised that in return they would free the Israelites. So every time Musa alayhi salam prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ease the punishment, and every time the punishment would be lifted, the Egyptians would return to their old evil ways, and they never came true to their promise. Instead, they made the life of Israelites even harder. So as a final sign, Allah Pak converted the water of river Nile into blood for the Egyptians. मतलब अगर Israelites उसमें से पानी निकालते, it remained water. But when Egyptians took water out of river Nile, it converted into blood. Now, despite clear signs, clear warnings, the Egyptians, Pharaoh and his people, they were not ready to believe. They refused to listen to Prophet Musa alayhi salam. And instead of freeing the Israelis, they made their lives even tougher. तो अल्लाह पाक ना मूसा अलैहि सलाम को हुक्म देते हैं to lead the Bani Israel out of Egypt at night when it was dark. And when Pharaoh learned that they had left, he was furious. He became very angry. He gathered his army and he started chasing after them. तो ना जो बनी इसराइल थे, they were like वो आगे बढ़ते चले जा रहे थे until they reached the shores of Red Sea, और पीछे से फिरौन की आर्मी आ रही थी ना. तो बनी इसराइल they felt kind of trapped कि आगे Red Sea थी, पीछे से फिरौन की आर्मी आ रही थी, and they thought that they had no way out. And they felt kind of trapped. They thought that they had no way out. But Musa alayhi salam had firm faith. He had complete faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he knew that Allah Pak would help them. Come what may. Come here. And Allah Pak instructed Musa, come here. Oh my God. Papa is coming. I love you. And Allah Pak instructed Musa alayhi salam to strike the Red Sea with his stick. और फिर एक और Allah Pak का बहुत बड़ा मौजज़ा होता है. That water parted, एक ड्राई पाथ अपीयर होता है, और उससे जो बनी इसराइल होते हैं, दे बहुत ही ज़्यादा ईजिली दे क्रॉस टू द अदर साइड ऑफ द सी. मतलब पीछे से जो फिरौन की आर्मी आ रही थी, उन्होंने ये मिरेकल देखा. ये मिरेकल देखने के बाद भी फिरौन और उसके लोग ना, उन्हें अकल नहीं आती. लाइक दे वर ब्लाइंडली चेजिंग आफ्टर देम. और like Pharaoh and his soldiers, they tried to follow the same path as Bani Israel did. Or midway, the water came crashing back and they all drowned. Or Pharaoh, in his last moments, he declared his belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God of Musa, and he accepted Islam. But his acceptance of Islam wasn't accepted because it came only after witnessing the punishment. Now, there's more, like, I think this is it. But there's more to the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. But this miraculous part of his life tells us of the power of trust and faith in Allah's plan. और फिरौन की जो डेड बॉडी थी वो रेड सी के सी शोर पर आ जाती है, and it's still preserved as a mummy in a museum in Egypt for people to see that man who claimed to be God, he couldn't keep death away from his neck. Mama. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you. Yes, sweetheart, I love you. Papa, we'll go to Papa.